My name is Robert. I'm 80 years old. And I chose something I can't undo. I don't know why I'm recording this. Maybe because I've been thinking about it more lately. Maybe because I know I won't be here much longer, and some things just sit with you differently when you know time is short. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to warn you or teach you anything. I just need to say it out loud because I chose something. And I thought I was choosing right. It was 1982. I was 36 years old. Married for 8 years. We had a daughter, Emma. She was 5. My father-in-law owned a construction company in Ohio. Small operation. Good work. He'd been asking me for years to come on full-time, maybe take over one day. But I had something else. A friend of mine, David, he and I had been working nights and weekends on a business idea. Nothing fancy. We were going to open a woodworking shop. Custom furniture, cabinetry, that kind of thing. We'd been saving. We had a space lined up. We were close. I remember the night David came over with the lease. It was a Tuesday, late spring. My wife, Carol, she was putting Emma to bed. David spread the papers out on the kitchen table and said, "This is it, Rob. We sign this. We're in." And I looked at those papers, and I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time, excitement. But Carol didn't feel the same way. She didn't say much at first. She just listened. Then she asked how much we'd need to put in up front. I told her. She nodded, didn't look at me. She said, "What if it doesn't work?" I told her it would. I believe that. She said, "Your daughter needs you here, not working 2 jobs, not stressed all the time." I told her it wouldn't be like that forever. Just at the beginning, she didn't argue. She just went quiet. That's what she did when she was really upset. She went quiet. The next morning, her father called. He said he wanted to talk, so I drove over to his office. He didn't waste time. He said, "Carol told me about the woodworking thing." I nodded. He said, "I'm offering you something stable, Robert. Something you can count on. A future for Emma, for all of you." I told him I appreciated it. I did. But I said I wanted to try this. He leaned back in his chair and looked at me for a long time. Then he said, "You think you're choosing your dream, but you're choosing away from your family." I didn't understand what he meant. Not then. I signed the lease with David 2 weeks later. Carol didn't say anything. She just pulled back a little. Not all at once, just a little. She stopped asking me about the shop, stopped asking when I'd be home. I thought she was just adjusting. I thought she'd come around once things got going. But she didn't. The shop opened in August. It was hard, harder than I thought. We worked 7 days a week. I'd leave before Emma woke up and come home after she was asleep. Carol would be in the living room, reading or watching TV. She'd ask if I ate. I'd say yes. She'd nod. That was it. Some nights I'd try to talk to her, ask her how her day was. She'd say fine. I'd ask if she was okay. She'd say she was tired. I stopped asking after a while. The business didn't fail. It didn't take off either. We made enough to keep going. Just barely. For 3 years, it was like that. David and I, we talk about how it was going to get better, how we just needed one big client, one good contract. But it stayed the same. Then one night, I came home and Carol was sitting at the kitchen table. She wasn't reading, wasn't doing anything, just sitting. I asked if she was all right. She said, "I don't think I can do this anymore." I asked what she meant. She said, "This, us, the way we are." I sat down. She said, "You're not here, Robert. Even when you're here, you're not here." I told her I was doing this for us. For Emma. She shook her head. She said, "You're doing this for you." I didn't know what to say. She said, "I needed you to choose us. And you didn't." I told her that wasn't fair. I told her I was trying to build something. She just looked at me. And then she said, "I know." That was all. 3 months later, she moved out. She took Emma with her, went to stay with her parents. She said she needed space, needed time to think. I thought she'd come back. I kept working, kept telling myself it was temporary, that once the business turned around, once I had more time, we'd figure it out. But she didn't come back. The divorce was finalized in 1986. I saw Emma every other weekend. At first, she was confused. She'd ask when she could come home. I'd tell her soon. But soon never came. And after a while, she stopped asking. I kept the shop going for another 4 years. David eventually left. Got a job with a bigger company, steadier pay. I tried to keep it running on my own, but I couldn't. I closed it in 1990. By then, Emma was a teenager. She was polite when I'd pick her up, but distant. We'd go to lunch. I'd ask about school. She'd give short answers. I'd try to talk about other things. Movies, friends, anything. But it always felt like I was reaching across something I couldn't see. She was there, but she wasn't with me. When she graduated high school, I went to the ceremony. I sat in the back, watched her walk across the stage. She looked so grown up. I remember thinking, I miss this. I missed her growing up. She went to college in another state. We'd talk on the phone every few months. Birthdays, holidays. She was kind. But it was surface. I wanted to ask her things, real things. How she was, what she thought about, if she was happy. But I didn't know how, and I think she didn't know how to let me in anymore. Carol remarried when Emma was in college. A good man, stable, present. I met him once. He shook my hand, polite. Emma seemed happy around him. That hurt more than I expected. I'm not telling you this because I want sympathy. I'm telling you because I need to say what I didn't understand then. I thought I was choosing something good. I thought I was choosing ambition, independence, a future I could build with my own hands. But I wasn't just choosing that. I was choosing away from something else. I was choosing away from the people who needed me there. Not just physically, not just in the room, but present, listening, paying attention. Carol tried to tell me. She said it that night in the kitchen. You're not here, even when you're here. But I didn't hear her. I thought she was being unfair. I thought she didn't understand what I was trying to do. But she understood perfectly. She was telling me that I was trading her, trading Emma, for something I thought mattered more. And the worst part is, I didn't even realize I was making that choice. I thought I could have both. I thought if I just worked hard enough, if I just kept going, it would all work out. But that's not how it works. You don't lose people all at once. You lose them slowly. In the small moments you're not there for, in the conversations you don't have, in the distance that starts to grow because you're always looking somewhere else. And by the time you notice, it's too late to go back.